Hello, it's me, Vicki, again. And in today's video, we're going to look at some phrasal verbs, and the level is B2. So if you're a beginner, these might be too difficult, but maybe not. You can always learn. Listening is always a good exercise, no matter what your level. So phrasal verbs, B2 level. We're going to look at 25 different verbs. So the first one is to get by. To get by means to survive. If you get by. So for example, you might say, it's so difficult at the moment, all the prices are going up, but I can get by. I can survive. Number two, to brush up on something. This is when you improve something that you already know. So maybe you can speak English a little bit, you brush up on it, you go over it again, you improve it, you keep practicing. So 1 and 2, to get by, which is to survive, and to brush up on, to improve something you already know. Okay, number 3, to come up with something. If you come up with something, you have an idea, or you suddenly think of a way to solve a problem. So, might say, let's think of an example. I didn't know what to do, but then my friend came up with something that really helped. Yeah? Number 4, to look forward to something. Now, I haven't written anything there. When you look forward to something, it means you really want to do it. So maybe next week you've got a holiday planned. You're looking forward to it. You're excited. So an example sentence might be, I'm really looking forward to my holidays next week. Number 5, to take up something, that is to start doing an activity. So for example, you might take up tennis, start playing tennis, or you might take up football, or you might take up learning English. When you take something up, you start doing an activity. Number 6, to get around. Getting around is moving from A to B, basically. So if you get around a town, or you get around a country, like somebody might say to you, how do you get around? In a car or by bus or taxi? So how do you get around? How do you move from A to B? Number 7, to drop out of something. When you drop out, it means you leave or stop doing a course. Like you might drop out of university after just 1 year, or you drop out of your English course because it's too difficult, or you drop out of your maths course because it's boring. You drop out, it means you leave or stop attending a course. Number 8, to deal with. To deal with is to handle a situation. How do you deal with things? How do you deal with stress? How do you cope with stress, for example? Everybody has different ways of dealing with things, of handling things. Okay, number 9, to come across. To come across is to find by accident. So maybe you were cleaning your house and you came across some old photos that you haven't seen for a long time. You found them by accident. Yeah, I was cleaning my house and I came across some old photos of the family. Number 10, to end up. To end up is to result in doing something. Like maybe you go out just for one coffee or one drink and you end up going to a nightclub and being out all night till 4 o'clock in the morning. So end up is what you result in doing. Number 11, break down. Break down is when your car stops working. Like you might say, I was on the motorway and my car broke down. I had to call for assistance. To break down when your car stops working. It can also be a person can break down when you break down in tears because you just can't cope anymore. Number 12, call off. To call off is postpone or cancel. When you postpone or cancel something. Number 13 is to calm down. If you calm down, you stop being angry, calm down. Tranquilo, as we say in Spanish. But yeah, calm down, stop being angry or upset. Number 14, to catch up with on something. You become informed of what is happening, or you might meet your friends to catch up what's been happening with them, to find out what's been happening recently, to catch up with. Number 15, to clear up. If you clear up a situation, you resolve it. So maybe there's a problem and nobody's sure what really happened. So you clear it up. You talk about it, establish the facts, what actually happened. Clear it up. Number 16, to come down with. Now, this is normally about illness. You come down with a cold or come down with flu. These or COVID. I came down with COVID. So far, I haven't come down with COVID, hopefully. But you come down with it. You become ill. Number 17, to come up with. To come up with something is to have an idea. You know, oh, I came up with a solution to our problem. I came up with an idea. Number 16, to count on. If you can count on someone, it means you can rely on them. You can depend on them. I can count on my family to help me when I need help. Number 17, to cut down on. To cut down on is to reduce. Like maybe you need to cut down on chocolates or alcohol. Cut down on spending money. You need to reduce something, make it smaller. Number 18, cut off. To cut off is when you stop the supply of something. So it might be your internet gets cut off because of the weather or because you haven't paid, or your electricity gets cut off, stopped, no more supply. Number 19, to cheer up. When you cheer someone up, you make them happy. For example, my dogs always cheer me up. They make me feel happy. Number 20, to deal with, to cope with a situation or to resolve a situation. So you have a problem, you deal with it, you cope with it, you get through it, you survive. Number 21, to do up. If you do up a house, you improve it. Like, for example, maybe you buy an old house and then you do it up. You make it look fantastic. Yeah, you put a new kitchen, new bathroom. You do it up. Number 22, to do without. If you do without something, you manage without having it. So maybe you can do without chocolate. Maybe you can do without vodka. Maybe you can do without new clothes this summer. It means that you can manage without having something. And number 23, to dress up. If you dress up, you put on your best clothes, do your hair, do your makeup, dress up to look nice. And so you put on your best clothes, or it can be fancy dress. So if you go to a party dressed as a nurse or dressed as a rabbit, or that is also dressing up. So dress up can be dressing up to look nice or dressing up in like to look like another person. Number 24, to drop by or to drop in is to go and see someone. Maybe I'll say, oh, why don't you drop in tomorrow? You know, come to see me, drop into my house. Number 25, to drop off. Take someone something. So, can you drop me off at home? Can you drop me off at my house? In other words, can you take me, normally in a car, and drop me off at my house? Okay, there you go. So there's 25 phrasal verbs. Obviously, there are lots more phrasal verbs, but there's 25 useful phrasal verbs. They're all the B2 level. They may come up if you're doing a B2 exam. They may come up in that. I hope you found them useful. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Put your comments below if you want to ask me anything. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It's completely free. And as always, I will see you really soon in the next video. And until then, please, may your God go with you. Bye.